Here we go.
So, the City of Wolves beta is over, and I miss it already. I was having a lot of fun with the beta when it works. When it comes to KOF and Mortal Kombat, those are my favorite games to do combos in. Outside of anime fighters, that's basically unmatched. But whew, doing combos in this game is so satisfying. I got to play at Evo, but I fully didn't get to understand how everything works, especially since I was on the fight stick and I had no clue how to play that. Then the other time, it was kind of like, a do or die situation. And honestly, nobody was doing anything that I've seen in this beta. Back at Evo, everybody was basically playing Street Fighter 2. Hit to a move, hit to a move, not hit, combo, juggle, flint, combo, juggle. Like, yeah, we were seeing a whole new different thing compared to this and what we did at Evo. So now I understand the ref system, and whew, I love it. It's kind of like a reverse stamina gauge in Street Fighter. Instead of it going down depleting, you rev it up and you overheat. And one thing I learned the hard way, and everybody kept bringing it up on one of my tweets, you cannot just defend when you're overheated. I have a clip where I'm just sitting there blocking, everybody's like, just defend, do this, do that. I'm like, I'm overheat, I can't just defend. But that's a different story. I'm gonna talk about that one later. But all in all, I was having a great time when I'm able to play the game. Preacher, oh my goodness, I love her. I put the most work in on her, and which is funny because I'm not a Joe player. I don't know what it was about Joe, but Preacher felt a lot better. Maybe it's because of the record. I really love her record and her flint. I don't know if Joe has the flint thing, but ooh, I love doing that. It has so much mix. I've caught so many people with overhead, flint, sweep kick to the ground. And our hyperbolic kick, I don't know if Joe's cross up again. I've barely ever touched Joe, so I wouldn't know the difference in between them. But ooh, I love that it cross up, but at the same time, it barely does any damage. That thing is solely for a cross up setup, because don't do it for damage unless you are directly hitting them. If it's a cross up, for some reason, that thing does nothing. So I experienced a lot of Kane. I've heard different ways to say his name. I'm gonna go with Kane right now. First day, that's all I saw. And all I saw was him only doing projectiles over and over and over. Honestly, he helped everybody grow. You ain't learned just defend then, you ain't learned it now. And of course, we've seen a lot of people play Rock, especially on day one, mainly because it was the only character you can train with. It was kind of like a fighter situation where the tutorial, you only play as Rock, so people would just go to one where you got full gauge and stuff, so you can practice what you wanted to practice with them. So yeah, day one, I experienced a lot of Rock combos on my ass. I'm like, bruh, why do oh wait, I forgot you can train with them. And then apparently somebody hacked the PC model, so everybody got training mode. So like day 3, everybody was just doing freaking combos, and I'm sitting there like, I had to call up one of my friends and say, hey, let's go in the room, stay still. So I sat there and learned how to do Preacher's combos. Terry, saw a lot of him too. Terry seems like he's gonna be a problem. That man is a monster, and it seems like everything this man does is safe. I'm like, where's the opening? When is it my turn? I feel like I'm fighting Josie. I barely seen any B Jeanettes. The only time was when I played her. Other than that, if I did, it was 9 times out of 10 somebody who kind of didn't know what they was doing, so I didn't really see that much of her. I'm forgetting her name, the blue hair girl. My friend Joy, big shout outs to Joy. Me and her did a whole bunch of matches. She played the blue hair girl, so I understand what she's doing, but then again, she was in the other Wolves game, so I already understood what she could do and stuff like that. She seemed like a pretty fun character. Mai, which is weird that she doesn't have her run, but everything else kind of feels the same with her. Fox, he seems like he could be fun, but I was so used to Preacher, so when I used them and caught a punish, I kept doing Preacher buttons. Keep doing Preacher. So I really couldn't, I couldn't really get a feel for him because I was just too hard locked on Preacher, so I couldn't really learn that much from him. But all in all the characters feel great. They was fun. But now let's talk about SPG. Did somebody say SPD?
SPD emergency.
I said SPG, not SPD. You know what? Screw it. Play the music.
Power Rangers, SPD, Power Rangers to the rescue.
But yeah, SPG is basically Drive Impact. That's how most people use it. But the big problem with it is extremely, and I mean extremely safe. Unless you're Kane. For some reason, Kane's is punishable, but everybody else, you get pushed so far back that they can just smash that until they overheat, which a lot of people do. I've seen so many rocks, because also, you can counter it with like grab or a super, but since Rock jumps into the air, you can't grab him. So if you don't have a super to use on him, he's going to keep doing it. I ran into so many rocks that would just say, oh, I'm going to just keep doing it. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm like, oh my God, this is getting annoying. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. I was doing it too. At some points, I would be like, oh, sliding uppercut, oh, sliding uppercut, oh, sliding uppercut. So I was definitely doing it back sometimes. But then I learned how to really use her air one. Her air one is ridiculously good. Instead of just jumping and coming down doing it, short hop and do it, and that move is ridiculously good. But sadly, I learned that on the last day of the beta, how good Preacher's air SPG is. But yeah, I understand that it's really good because also you got to place it in a certain spot. Because one thing I learned in high rank, B rank, I got the B rank, do not put that at the first gauge. Because everybody will combo you out of that off the first confirmed hit. I've done it to everybody and everybody's done it to me. If I see you got that first bar, as soon as I get a hit confirmed, I'm doing my strongest combo just to get rid of that from you. Like Terry, oh, caught that hit, he's going to do a combo to make sure you don't get that. So it's best to put it in the middle or at the end, I feel. Like at the beginning, unless like it's final round, you got full bar, game starts, pow, and then you catch your long-winded combo into your Rev Super. I'm gonna just call it a Rev Super right now because yeah, you only can do it while you're in SPG, so it's best to like try to do it in the final round and you catch this thing. Really? Okay, the frame drops are gone. Good, but yeah, where was I even at? Yeah, SPG is extremely powerful, but I do understand that you only have it at a certain bar of life, so it's kind of fair and balanced. But at the same time, it's really hard to deal with unless you have it yourself, which is basically like a drive impact again, especially against Rock, because the options to stop Rock is really hard to do compared to everybody else. Because yeah, everybody else, as soon as you see it, just grab them, especially if they're really in your face, like Bulks and Terry's, you can just grab them out of it. But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna work around that. Well, then again, I think that's how they wanted it to be, because a lot of things is safe in this game. I swear, almost everything Preacher did was safe instead of her overhead, because it's an overhead, so I understand that. But her hyperbolic kick, her record combo, as long as you don't do the end of it, her projectile, like she is ridiculously safe. But at the same time, so was Terry, so was Rock, so was Blue Hair Girl, so was Vox. I swear, Vox freaking little blast punch right in your face in the uppercut one is safe. Even his tackle, I'm like, why is everything safe? You're supposed to punch before they do it. Like, that's kind of a hard mindset to get into compared to other fighting games. Because usually, if you see somebody do a special move, that means it's time to punish. In this game, no. You try that, you're going to get punished. So yeah, gameplay, overall, I was having fun. Love the new ref system. Everything else, though, very questionable. It's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped playing KOF 15 was I couldn't find nobody to fight. It was long periods of times in between fights, and I'm just sitting there like, you know what? I don't want to wait no more. Having like 10 to 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes for a fight is ridiculous. This one wasn't that bad until like the last day of the beta for me. Every other one was, I want to say less than a minute, but still more than 20 seconds to wait for a freaking fight. And then sometimes it'll just go black screen and then nothing will happen. Max made a lobby, I entered the code, it said lobby not found when there's nobody in his lobby. My friend made a lobby, I tried to join, it black screen. And it sat there, so I turned it off, tried to go again, black screen again. It happened a lot. Even in between matches, it will go black screen, and sometimes it won't come back. I thought somebody rage quit. No, it just took 30 seconds to load round 2. What? What is going on? So SNK really need to work on their online, because that's what killed 15 for me, and I really don't want that to kill City of Wolves, because finally, my favorite character in fighting games of all time is finally back in a fighting game. And I don't want this ruined because I gotta wait 20 minutes for a fight. You know how draining that is? Like, I know you're supposed to be testing online for a beta. That's the whole point of it. But at the same time, please hurry up and deal with that before this game comes out, because this feels 9 times out of 10 when stuff is in beta, they don't really change that much for a drastic difference until weeks later. So hopefully they can fix this in time, because it takes forever. And I heard a lot of people complain about the UI. I was honestly cool with that. That was cool. Combos, love it. Like, I always did like the style of combos when it came to a KOF game, because basically an EX move into an EX move into an EX move, but you have to use a bar to do that. But now you don't have to go into max mode to do that. So I love the fact that I can do all these cool combos now. It's just a rev bar. Kind of like what I said about Street Fighter. Like, oh, cool. All my EX moves are in the stamina gauge, not my super bar. So those are two separate things. I love when you make bars separate things. Whew. It makes it so much better, and you get to see so much more potential in combos and stuff like that. So I'm glad they took this rev system. They took the stamina system and made it into the rev system, made it their own way, and it's really fun to play. Especially the whole concept of overheating. Like, I saw a lot of people say, like, oh, you should let us just defend and while overheating. I feel like that's the reward that the opponent gets for for overheating you in the first place. Because that also, you can't break a guard until they're overheated. And, whoa, man, I've only caught that once. I broke somebody's guard and caught him with my super combo. That was definitely satisfying. Like, oh, you overheated? Come here. Let me break that guard real quick. I think they realized what I was trying to do right at the end, but it was too late. They were so low that a heavy punch broke them. But, yeah, I have high hopes for City of Wolves. My boy Kim Dong is finally in a fighting game after all these years. I can't wait to see what his potential is, because he wasn't in the beta. I'm glad he wasn't in the beta, because I would have been on that. I wouldn't have played Sonic. I wouldn't have played the new characters among rivals. I wouldn't have tried out see what the season Tekken 8 thing was. I would have just been playing him nonstop. I probably would have just been live the whole time, just like, yep, my boy. Finally, after all these years, I finally get my boy. So yeah. But Preacher was a good substitute, because she looks like a cool character, and she got some good combos, and she's like the most hilarious character I've ever seen. Her whole gimmick is basically, hey, I'm a nerd trying to steal all your moves. So all her win codes are basically just her trying to do other people's moves, and it's just hilarious. Or her just crashing out talking about, I'm going to my room with my snacks. I love her personality. She's such a fun character. But I hope y'all enjoyed my thoughts on City of Wolves. Until next time, it was the homie Slick. See ya.